Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Vincenzo, which is the Italian equivalent of Vincent. In the past couple of years, I've been no more than just a viewer here on YouTube. Being a medicine student, I have a really hard time dedicating even a small part of the day to tech, music, and lifestyle, which is some of the stuff I like the most. I spend quite some time watching videos though, and I really love the YouTube community. So I decided I had to try and start creating content for this community I enjoy being part of. So recently, I've been watching a lot of videos about 3D printing. And since I sometimes enjoy DIY and making stuff, I thought a 3D printer could come really handy and also be pretty fun. And I just wanted one. The problem is they can be pretty expensive, and I didn't want to invest a fortune into something that, for me, would be no more than just a new toy. But then I found this one, and this has proven to be very unique, and I really wanted to tell you my experience. As you may have noticed from the intro, the 3D printer I've chosen is the ANET A8, which is a pretty good clone of the Prusa i3, a nice 3D printer kit for hobbyists. But what makes the ANET A8 very unique is its price. In fact, it is now available on GearBest for just about 129 euros, one of the cheapest deals you can find on 3D printers. Oh, and by the way, I bought this product with my own money, and this video, of course, isn't sponsored by any means by neither GearBest nor ANET. And you can easily tell it by looking at my subscribers count, which by the way you can help increase by, subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much. Anyway, back to the point. The printer comes as a kit, and you have to assemble it by yourself. This is not very hard, as there's also a video tutorial on YouTube. But in my opinion, someone who has never had any experience in at least simple electronics assembling will find nearly impossible dealing with this kit. Even though I found the assembly part pretty entertaining, I'm not going to annoy you with a lot of pictures of this very long process that took me about 5 to 6 hours, but I would like to point out that here and there I actually had to face some major discrepancies between the pieces I had and the video tutorial. And here's the funniest one. While I was putting the X-axis stepper motor in place, I realized that the screws were too long to screw all the way inside the motor, and it wiggled back and forth through the white plastic bracket. So I actually had to glue together a couple of paper sheets and cut a shape that would fit behind the bracket and add some thickness. Luckily, although being pretty basic, this seemed to work pretty fine. I think, and here's the second main discrepancy, this happened due to the clear difference between the plastic bracket I had and the one shown in the video. In fact, I also had some difficulties sliding the timing belt through this bracket, for which I had to use needle nose pliers, tweezers, and some surgical knowledge. But in the end, I finally managed to complete the assembly process. All that was left to do was connecting everything to the controller board and attaching the power supply, which is a pretty basic one. You just connect the supplied strip wire for the mains current and the wire for the board, and it outputs 12 volts and it is rated for 20 amps. Now the ANET A8 has gained a lot of popularity. In fact, it is also widely supported by the main communities, such as Thingiverse. I myself had to ask a couple of questions on their forums, and they really helped me a lot, learning the very basics to start 3D printing and troubleshooting too. So how does the ANET A8 perform? In my opinion, pretty good for hobbyist purposes. Sure enough, you have to adjust the hotbed height almost all the time, and changing the filament could be a bit fiddly, since it can easily get stuck into the extruder. But this 3D printer really does the job pretty well. It has a 0.45mm nozzle and can go down to 0.1mm in layer height, so it can be very precise. One of the first prints I made, and one that is actually recommended by the community, was this nozzle cooler. That is supposed to replace the stock one and allow for better airflow, thus enhancing the detail the printer can produce. Another interesting thing I made was this kind of a station box for my car that hangs on the passenger headrest. I designed it with Autodesk Fusion 360, which is free for students by the way. It's pretty simple, but I think it's a good start. So, in conclusion, I can say I'm pretty happy with this product. I would not recommend it for any professional applications due to all of the tinkering needed to make it work properly. But for amateurs, it does the job pretty well, and most importantly, it lets you learn really a lot of stuff, especially if you're new like me to the world of 3D printing and want to understand what goes under the hood. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you are an A988 owner too. Also, if this video helped you choose your new toy, please leave a like. Thank you so much for watching and see you very soon. Ciao!